no pain, no gain, and it's during the tough times. I mean, that's when you
It's
learn.
like good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love in life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hello, friends, and welcome to MattGron Talks. This is episode 193 of the world's most underestimated entrepreneurial show. And here I share my scale up journey building my company from nothing to something. And my name is Mattias Gronborg, aka MattGron. And with us, we also have my dear friend and the one and only Svea-Malina Landshoff. How are you doing, Svea?
Hi, good now. I was just checking the technique here because we had some issue before. Mattias completely froze, and now I thought my microphone was off, but we solved it. All good. Welcome to MattGron Talks, number 193, great. And welcome in case you're new here. We actually smack into reality, and we do that 3 times every week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we have a whole framework in place. Mattias, do you want to share this with all the newcomers?
Yeah, and today we have a fresh week, Monday, and that means we talk about self-development, and I share my own learnings growing as a human being and a leader. And then every Wednesday, I share stuff that I learn in the entrepreneurial process, building my company. And then every Friday, we talk about the weekly self-inventory. That means we discuss stuff that I could have done differently, and we also talk about things I have learned. And yes, we're also celebrating the victories because that's important.
Absolutely, always. Also,
Yes.
the small stuff. Always celebrate. Okay. Then Thank you for the framework, and let's start with our Monday episode. And today, something completely new because, at some point you told me that, no one ever asks you, as the leader, the CEO, how are you doing? It's quite rare, and you sometimes say it's quite a lonely sport up there. So today I'm actually going to ask you, how are you doing? And I'm going to give a bit more context for people who might watch us for the first time and don't know what's going on. So, so lately, the company is a bit behind with the finances, and we also talked about, some, how should I call it? Shift within the team, and people are not talking about the vision enough, and they are not as engaged as they used to be. So there are some things going on, but you also said it is part of the game. It's kind of normal. You have these phases where it's going up, and then you have phases where it's going down. But since we have our very personal episode today, I want to talk to you and actually ask you, how are you feeling right now? How are you coping with that situation?
So I'm great, thanks. I just want to say that this is not a new situation. I'm been building this company for 10 years, and this is a part of the entrepreneurial journey. It goes up and down, and it's always important to remind myself and be grateful for things I have accomplished. That's kind of where I find the energy, and maybe I spend some extra time about visualizing how I see the future. We spoke about that in an episode I think last week where I talked about like visualizing or creating like a kind of dream state, how you would want things to look like in the future. So that's something I'm always working on stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
that makes me happy to hear that you actually, first thing you said is that you're doing great. Like, cool that you're always able to stay positive. And we had that topic in other episodes as well, that I think you just, even like the negative things, I feel you're very good at finding the good stuff there, and at least learn something. And you said that this is not a new state, you've been there before. Do you see I'm just curious, do you see maybe a kind of pattern or something? Is this like, oh yeah, every 2 years or something, there's a phase where it's going down, or is this super random?
There is always seasons.
Yeah.
And I think like as an entrepreneur, of course, you are allowed to have, emotions and feelings. And I think it's super important that, like, if you have your, how should I say, like pity holes, or, where you maybe need to be there, and but I mean, you can't be there for long. I mean, it's okay to have an evening, when you feel sorry for yourself, and I think that's human.
Yeah.
And then you need to snap yourself back. And
how do you snap yourself back? You said that you're thinking about all the good stuff and things you have already accomplished, and like you just shared, you're also thinking of where you want to be and visualize this. Do you have some other things that maybe motivate you or give you hope in these times where things are a bit tougher than they usually are?
So what I often do is that I go a little bit more black and white. I even go a little bit more like in the extremes, and it could be something where I could like if I feel sorry for myself, like, okay, it's not good. I mean, the world doesn't look the way I would have it to like.
I would like it to look like.
Yes, thank you. Then I need to put myself in a mood where I'm grateful, because that's what I actually lost.
Okay.
When I'm not feeling good, and because I experience that stuff is not as I would like it to look like, then I'm pretty into my point of view, and I need to get a bigger perspective. It might be that I have too much expectations on other people, and too much expectations on me. I might think that I'm the solution to everything, and so then I know it's time to take a step back and start thinking about like the bigger picture, things that I'm grateful for, what I have accomplished so far, and just remind myself I'm just a human as well.
Yeah, I think that's so important to say that you're not a machine. You cannot pretend like it does not affect you. And I think very important to acknowledge these feelings, like you said, let them be there, but also find the strength to go out of there, and and don't forget about the big picture. Like you said, think about all the good stuff that's happened, because I think it's easy when these phases come, and I think now in your case this is for the company, but I feel like also generally in life for everyone, I feel it's easy if something goes wrong just to focus on the bad stuff, like, oh, everything is going wrong, because you just feel everything is going wrong, but actually it's not. There's still so many great things that are going very, very well. And I know you also have a great team. They're just outside the office right now, sitting there. And I'm sure are doing their best as well to get out of the situation right now. Maybe when you look at this situation right now, or maybe like you said, also the other, how should I call this, low phases, I don't know, I don't have a good word for this, but like the phases where it's not going so well, do you have some things you have learned or taken from these situations?
Yes.
Do you want to share this?
Yeah, I don't know, I like I heard many questions. As I said, I've been doing this for 10 years, and like no pain, no gain, and it's during the really as you describe as tough times, I mean, that's when you learn. That's when you actually learn stuff. And so yes, I have learned. And so something I was thinking about when I was talking about the extremes, you know, making it a little bit more black and white. Typical things that I might do is like I visualize or think about, like, okay, what if I got like a call that my mom died in an accident, maybe, or, you know, like, because, you know, people always tell you, like, you know, when something really bad happens, then you kind of realize what's important, right?
Yes,
100%. Like, so there is something that happens, you know, with yourself, like, you know, small things is not so important anymore. Yeah. So sometimes it's very important to be able to kind of go third person, you know, like really go out of the situation, and you then come to a point like, okay, how important is it?
Yes, that's a good tip.
Like, I mean, that, because, like, you know, you come from a like, when you are asking this question, you come from a viewpoint like, okay, you know, it's tough, but that's not how I approach it. You know, when I'm, you know, when I put on my work mode, it's not, this is a tough situation, or I in that moment, I don't, you know, feel sorry for myself.
How do you approach that, or how does that feel for you?
But that's like the work as a leader is to be able to understand which level you come in, which level you face the situation on. And that's what I mean with black and white and the extremes, like, okay, how important is it?
Yeah.
And then when you come from that like perspective, then you will probably face it in a different way, comparing to, okay, I feel sorry for myself. Yeah. Because it's so tough to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a really good tip. I like this thought of.
So I'm a human being. So if we want to do a like vlog about where I feel sorry for myself, we can do that. You know, I can go into the victimhood and like, oh, you know, it's so tough. Like every day when I, you know, log into the financial system and I see, you know, we are that amount of money in the red, and I feel like, oh, you know, I'm a human being. I can go in that direction as well. Yeah. But I mean, that's not the interesting part, you know? Yeah. And like you started the vlog by saying like, no one asked me like, how do I feel? Or you said something like that, which is kind of, because it's, it doesn't happen. Yeah. And not necessarily should it happen. I don't know. Is that important? I don't know. But that's not my work is to be able to like put myself in like in a different state, see different perspectives. Yeah. To be able to solve the problem I have in front of me, and you are addressing the problem. Like in the beginning of the episode, because if I just feel sorry for myself, I would never find new solution. Yeah. Like, okay, maybe I need to act, maybe I need to change the the leader group, the managers. Maybe I need to tweak that. Maybe like so. Yeah, I think that's important to say.
Yeah.
Like this is a tough sport. You will be lonely. So that's a part of the game. That's why it's so important. Even if you're lonely in your role, it doesn't mean that you need to be lonely as an entrepreneur or a CEO, because I can create a different network. You know, like I don't need what I don't can get like in the company. I can always have another network.
Yeah,
you know,
outside, right?
I could have the like director of the board, and I could have another like emotional, spiritual mentor. You know, I talk about other things with.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important. Now when I'm talking about it, I actually realized this is what I do. Like I have probably 4 people, around me outside my business, where I discuss business strategy, emotional stuff, spiritual stuff, I have a PT that helps me, with my physical, workout habits and stuff like that. And I realize actually when I'm talking about this, that the most important takeaway there is to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you don't take care of yourself, like no matter what you're trying to create in life, stress will eat you up.
Yeah.
But if you always take care of yourself, you can actually accomplish like whatever you want.
Yeah, I agree.
You need patience. You need to put in the work, but the longer you work building something, it's very important that you do the that you are able to execute long term.
Yeah.
And like scaling up a business means that it's also important. You need to take decisions like every day and learn from them, but it's also I don't know, I can't find a better way to say it. Like you also need to work smarter.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I think we have been talking a lot about, like in an earlier episode, about the importance of, delegating and like letting people, own their work and stuff like that. So.
Okay, now I feel I can say something. I just didn't want to interrupt you halfway through because you said some really good things there. Yeah, I also agree, like if you don't take care of yourself, I feel situations like this will probably affect you way more than if you actually, like you said, take care of everything else. And when I listen to the kind of people you surround yourself with, it sounds like a really good mix, like more like, you're someone you talk about, more like the emotional side of things, someone else more the business strategy side of things, someone else, is taking care and helps you with your physical health. I think that sounds like a very good group of people you have there with you. I think that's also such an important thing that you said there, that you don't have to be lonely there. You can always look outside and get support there, So yeah, and I think the most important things for me are this, don't be lonely. Choose the people you want yourself to surround yourself with. Put things into perspective. I feel this is what I heard there. Like you said, like there are maybe when you actually think about it and take a step back, you'll see there are way worse things that could happen, and all of a sudden some problems maybe don't seem as huge anymore. The third person perspective I think is a really great idea, because we oftentimes get so caught up in how we see things or how we experience things when we actually look at it from the outside. looks very different as well. Maybe you also find new solution you didn't think of because you were just so caught up with, what you're used to and how you usually think. And yeah, and always think about the good stuff and things you have already achieved. I think these were, for me, the essential parts of this conversation today. So I think I learned a lot from you. Thank you for sharing that. And I hope maybe someone else who's watching has also something they can take away from this episode. Or maybe you have something to add. Then we would love to hear that in the comments. How do you deal with situations like this? And maybe stuff is not going exactly how you wanted. But maybe share that in the comments if you like to. And otherwise, I would say I do the wrap up. Or do we have something to add? Don't want to cut you off there.
I think you did a great summarize. You summarized the episode there, and so that kind of a big topic, I think, and
Good. Then I do the wrap up. So if you like what we are doing and you want to see similar episodes like this, then check all the 192 other episodes we already did, and also subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. And something else, give this video a like if you liked it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye
bye. Thanks for watching, guys.